I bought this Zoom G3N due to the range of sounds and adjustments it offered, though I admit to having been quite daunted by some of the videos on YouTube, especially the one by Zoom themselves, which gives far too much information in a short space of time, which for me only served to create confusion. However, I found this video, Zoom G3N Quick Startup, to be extremely helpful, and having followed it, pausing as I went along and creating the same settings myself, a step at a time, I have to say that I'm now really pleased with this unit, as it's definitely much easier to use than some other demos would have you believe once you get the hang of it. The reason I've made this video was because the majority of YouTube demos are for thrash metal type sounds, whereas I wanted a much softer, more gentle sound. And, being old school, I was also hoping to create something resembling a Shadows type sound. I should make mention here of Dave Monk, who posts on YouTube as Old Guitar Monkey, as it was his demo of creating the Shadows sound for Atlantis that helped me, even though he uses a totally different sound processor. But the technique and his way of making adjustments has some similarities for the Zoom. So I would recommend viewing Dave's video as well to get some ideas from him. I use Garageband to record into via a Behringer UMC 202 HD preamp, and the first thing I did was to listen to all 75 preset patch sounds, making a note of each one that I thought could be modified to suit my own purposes. I then did a short recording of each one, renaming the track to identify it by the same name as on Zoom, then saving the whole recording. This gave me a starting point for when I came to use individual pre-installed patches in the future. I set the amplifier in Garageband as Brit Clean and turn all settings off so that they don't impact on the sound I'm trying to create with the Zoom. However, changing the amp in Garageband will always have some effect, but Brit Clean seemed to be the most basic. The two recordings you're about to hear were both based on pre-installed patch number 4, Dreamworld. I resaved this into empty patch number 78, and having amended the settings, I saved them both individually to the two adjacent empty patches 76 and 77, naming them Blue Star and Shadows Pizzicato. As they play, I'll scroll through the settings, which you can easily copy by stopping the video and making a note of them if that's all you want to do, but I will go into more detail of how I adjusted these afterwards. So these are the original effects used for Dreamworld, and this is the sound it produces. I've kept the same number of effects and in the same order for my adjusted patches, but you can swap the order around, which will also have a bearing on the final sound. So these are the sounds created by my modifications and the adjusted settings compared with Dreamworld. So these are the settings that I've put in for Blue Star. So to get into them, you click on the stomp button, and these are the last three. So what we want to do is go to the first three by pressing the left hand scroll pedal, and that brings up Comp, Sweet Drive and ZNR. And here we see that we've got 2 dynamics and 1 amplifier. The amplifier is the same as the one for Dreamworld. You can adjust all of these by scrolling up or down to choose whichever ones you want. Get a different amplifier. And then you adjust these 4 settings with these 4 knobs. So for instance, Sense is 5. You can take it up if you want to. We'll take that back down to reset it at 5. Attack is slow. Tone is 3. Volume is 83. For the amplifier, gain is 25. Tone is 70. Focus is 70. And volume is 70. For the second dynamics, again, you've got various ones that you can have. Gain is off. That's either off or on. Depth is 30. Threshold is 100. Decay is 30. Then to get through to the next 3, scroll across, and we get vibrato, analog delay and soft echo. And again, you can adjust up or down, change them by using the up or down keys. So with vibrato, depth is 15, the rate is 20, tone is 8, and the balance is 77. For the delay, I've changed this to analog delay. Time is 350. Now, the time setting, the lower the number, the faster the beats between the echoes. The higher the number, the slower the beats, the more repetition you'll get. So I've set that at 350. Similarly with the feedback, that will adjust the rate of the echo as well. So time is 350, feedback is 65, mix is 50, and tail, that's either off or on, and that's off on this one. And then I've changed the second delay to soft echo, changed that from hall to soft echo. Same situation, modulation is on, time here is 300, so there's a difference between those 2 times to give the beats, and you can obviously play around with these. Feedback 47 and mix is 50. So that's for Blue Star. For the Shadows Pizzicato, right, that's asking us, do we want to save that? And we don't, because it's already saved. So for Shadows Pizzicato, same again. Go back. And the first setting for the dynamics, I think is probably the same, but that's Sense is 5, Attack slow, Tone 3, Volume 83. Still using the Sweet Drive, Gain is 40, Tone is 70, Focus is 40, and Volume is 70. Second dynamics, I'm assuming that's detect. I think that's either on or off. Yes, that's the yeah. Not certain what that means. Depth is 30, threshold is 50, decay is 50. And then we go again across to the next 3. And here the vibrato, depth is 15, rate is 20, tone is 8, balance is 77. For the tape echo delay, time now is 400, feedback at 70, the mix is 50, and the tail is on. Again, it can be on or off. Second delay, again soft echo, modulation is off, again that's either off or on. Time here is 310, feedback 70, and the mix is 40. So I'm going to still keep working on this pizzicato sound, but what I'm going to do is save it in another empty patch and rename it to Atlantis, so that I keep this one where it is, but then I've got a second version that I can keep working on. So the first thing to do is to move it. So we press on menu, and you'll see you've got this bank of icons. We want to go to save, so we use the push to enter and turn that button till it comes to save, and then push to enter. Now use that scroll button again, turn it round to the right, so you go past 78 Dream World and into 79 that is empty. So it's going to be Shadows Pizzicato, which is going into empty. So press the button again. Do we want to put it there? Yes, no? Yes, we do. So turn the button back to yes and press again. And that's Shadows Pizzicato complete in number 79. And there we go. Now that should give exactly the same sound as the Shadows Pizzicato here. So let's try that. You can just hear the echo there. If we go back to 79, and yep, we've got the same echo there. So having resaved it to an empty patch, I now want to rename it. And everything here is done from the menu and the push to enter button. So click on menu, and we need to go to patch. So turn that button till we get to patch, press to enter, and it comes up with these. This is the name of it. So again, we want to turn the push to enter button till we get to that. The triangle shows you the letter that we can change. Push that letter, and there's a different alphabet for capitals to lowercase. So we just scroll back to A and push, then turn, push, go forward to T and push, turn on to the next letter, push, push, next letter, now the next one is empty, but we can still fill that. And the next one, we need to come back for the lowercase. No, we don't, sorry, we need to go forward for the lowercase. The I is already there. Now, we've got two letters here that we don't want. So if we just keep scrolling, we'll ultimately come to a blank patch. And there we are. So press that, go on to the next one, press again, and there we go. Press to enter that again, come out, and now we have number 79, which is marked as Atlantis. And it's as simple as that. There are obviously lots more things that you can do with this processor, but this is just the early stages that I've dealt with the basics. But once you've mastered those,
and I shall be trying now to carry on and master some more of them.
Hope you have fun playing with some of the other presets, and thanks for watching.